Thanks for that, Chad. And we're about to start our first qualifying session for Pro Stock Motorcycle here at our Willowbank Raceway. For the Fuchs Winternationals, of course, we've got on track, we'll see Morris Allen in the Milwaukee Tools bike taking on Scott White for Superbike Performance.
Yeah, very slick machines, these ones. Full fairing.
Is currently leading the Australian Championship at the moment is Luke Crowley. We'll see him later on during this session. And currently number 3 in the championship is Morris Allen on track in that Milwaukee Tools bike. And that's a great setup those guys have got down there. Very professionally presented.
Yeah, you see Scott White looking over his shoulder to Morris Allen.
Well, you know, we've seen Pro Stock, the sedan counterparts this weekend have just annihilated their... the times that we expected. We've seen the 697s. The Pro Stock bikes, the class record is a 709, and that was set probably 5 or 6 years ago. And I'm sure these guys this weekend will want to take that record down.
Well, I could
709.
I could assume the weather conditions are probably better than what it was 5 years ago as well. So let's see if they can improve on that record.
Well, a clean lead for Morris Allen, not so, for Morris Allen, not so much for Scott White. Morris Allen will go through for a 735, 180 miles an hour, and a 771 from our competitor over in the Rocket Lane for Scott White.
Yeah, up next, Alberto Marquez up against Phil Howard.
Yes, here we go. Phil Howard down there. He's currently number 2 in the championship. So you would have just seen Morris Allen go down with that 735. He probably wants to stay ahead of him, try and catch Luke Crowley, who's currently leading the championship and the defending champion as well.
Yeah, Marquez on the Gold Coast Cranes Suzuki.
Yes, Alberto Marks down there. And we see Phil Howard has stepped off the bike. That's not usually a good sign. Yeah, so looks like it's lost a chain there, so we definitely won't see Phil Howard out this session. Alberto Marks, so he will have to solo here in the first qualifying session. See what he can put down.
That's a little bit of an upset, really, isn't it, guys? Because by virtue of the fact that Bluey's sitting second in the championship at the moment, that is going to play havoc with his qualifying process. In the meantime, if you're just getting up into the stands, Pro Stock Motorcycle is on at the moment, and then their bigger, older, uglier cousins. I ain't talking about the riders, I'm talking about the bikes themselves. Top bike is on its way in 47th Winternationals, and look at them, they are locked and loaded. One of the things that amazes me about this is all of these guys seem to have really, really good connections when it comes to airbrush work. Get a load of this, the helmet on the front, I love it, the eyes, the airbrushing. Getting a bit of feedback there as well. How good is this on Gordon T. Crawford's effort here? This could be the last time we see this bike in action. The airbrushing. You've got to get up and close and personal with these bikes and these cars because the presentation is through the roof, boys.
Thanks, mate. Now on track, the current championship leader and defending champion, Luke Crowley. And a little story behind Luke Crowley this weekend. Luke started off in Junior Dragster 20 years ago here at Willowbank Raceway in 1994, the first ever event held at Willowbank Raceway for Junior Dragster. There were 7 entries, and one of those was Luke Crowley. Fast forward 20 years later, here he is on Pro Stock Motorcycle, an Australian champion, currently leading the championship here in the first qualifying session for Pro Bike here at the Fuchs Winternationals, and he is one of the quickest competitors in Pro Bike here.
Yeah, Luke Crowley on the Tintworks Suzuki, just staging up now.
Tell you what, he's got out pretty sharp. Had a little bit of shake there at 60 foot, but this will be a quick pass for Luke Crowley. Is it enough for number 1? It's not. 746, 179 miles an hour. Yeah. And that will put him in number 2. I expected something a little quicker there from Luke Crowley.
Yeah, he's only 1 mile an hour off, so... But that 7.3
a little bit of shake there at the 60 foot would have slowed him down slightly as well. That's as we watch him go across the finish line. On the replay here for Luke Crowley, he goes to number 2 in the first qualifying session after the first few pairs.
And it looks like we've got Anthony Hinkley on track in the Buell.
Yes, I spoke about this one earlier on today when we had the Pro Stock session out. The new Buell bike for the PC Cranes team.
Sounds like we've got some issues for the PC Cranes bike. Now, that's going to be a little bit of an interesting thing for Tony Hinkley. Of course, the history of that bike coming into a little bit of grief down at Calder Raceway where the bike catapulted and all sorts of things, and they've rebuilt it to be back here at the Winternationals. Now it's failed to start and get out of the water box. We'll find out what the story is with that. Another pro motorcycle rider in Bluey Howard. Mate, something simple, the chain.
Probably some fool didn't put the clip on properly, and that'd be me, so.
No one else to blame but yourself, buddy.
Me, yeah.
There it is. So not actually a breakage, maybe just like the clip.
Without looking at it, that's probably all it is, so we've got all night to put a clip on.
Good whole night to put a clip on. You're going to love this guy's sense of humour. Chad?